Okay, Mozzie, I know breakfast is coming. Just give me a second. I'm on my way. If you have ever had a full conversation with your pet, narrated your day to them, asked them, what did they think about your outfit, apologized to them for leaving the house, you might assume that that's a little silly, maybe even a little embarrassing. It's not. It turns out talking to your pet is one of the most psychologically normal and genuinely beneficial things you can do. And today we're going to talk about why your brain does this, what it says about you, and why you should probably keep doing it.
Welcome to Nerdy Psychology. Break it down with a little curiosity. Don't be curious, stay kind. Keep your mind nerdy.
Hi, psychology nerds. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Angel, a licensed mental health practitioner, and this is Nerdy Psychology, where we break down human behavior in a nerdy, science-based way with practical tools that you can actually use. Today, we're exploring why so many of us talk to our pets like they're full-on participants in the conversation, narrating our day, asking their opinion, even arguing with them a little. We'll look at the psychology of it behind it, what's happening in your brain and your body when you do it. And stick around to the end because I'm going to share why this habit might be doing more for your mental health than you realize. Talking to pets falls under something psychologists broadly call anthropomorphism, attributing human thoughts, feelings, and intentions to non-human beings. But it goes a layer deeper than that, into something researchers describe as social surrogacy, using a relationship, even a one-directional one, to meet a genuine need for connection. So here's the everyday version. You come home from a hard day and tell your cat or dog about it, even though they don't understand the words. That's not delusion. That's your brain using an available relationship to do something it's wired to do: process experiences out loud in connection with another living being. In my work with clients, one thing I notice over and over is that people often mention talking to their pets almost really apologetically, like, I know this is going to sound weird, but I talk to my cat about everything. And a few patterns that I see constantly: an individual who lives alone and admits that their dog or cat's their only voice, the only time that they hear their voice out loud some days, especially during remote work or isolated stretches of life. Or an individual who's going through a breakup or loss, who finds themselves talking to their pet specifically about the hard stuff, the things they're not quite ready to say to other people yet. Or the individual who uses their pet almost like this thinking out loud partner during stressful decisions. I literally talked to my cat and helped me figure out what was actually going on and what I really thought about it. None of these are signs of something being wrong. If anything, they're signs of a healthy adaptive coping strategy doing exactly what it is supposed to do. Okay, let's get nerdy for a second. When you interact warmly with a pet, talking to them, petting them, simply being near them, your body releases oxytocin, the same bonding hormone involved in human attachment and connection. And researchers found this effect happens in both directions between humans and dogs, which is why the human animal bond can feel genuinely mutual, even across species. There's also research on the verbal processing itself, the act of just putting your thoughts into spoken words, even without a verbal response back, has been shown to help organize thinking and reduce emotional intensity. This is part of why talking it out, even to a non-responsive listener, has real psychological value. Your pet doesn't need to understand the words for the act of saying them out loud to help you. And pets, unlike most human listeners, offer something psychologists call unconditional positive regard. By default, no interrupting, no judgment, no need to manage the reaction. That combination of vocal processing plus a judgment-free presence is genuinely powerful, low barrier form of emotional regulation. So, what does this actually mean for you? It means narrating your grocery list to your dog or explaining your frustrating email to your cat isn't something to feel sheepish about. You're engaging in real psychological mechanism that helps you process, regulate, and feel less alone. And it's working exactly as it should. This also means if you find yourself relying heavily on your pet as your primary outlet for connection, that's worth gently noticing, not because it's wrong, but because it might be pointing you toward a need for more human connection. Your pet can be one wonderful piece of your support system. It doesn't have to be your whole support system. I want you to think about this for a second. What kinds of things do you find yourself telling your pet that you don't say out loud to other people? Do you notice yourself talking to them more during certain times? Like if you're stressed or when you're alone or when you're trying to make a difficult decision? And if your pet wasn't in the picture, who else or what else would you be processing those moments with? Before we go any further, I just want to talk about some of the common myths with this. Myth one, talking to your pet means you're lonely or isolated. Not true. It can be one signal among others, but plenty of people with rich social lives talk to their pets constantly. It's a normal human behavior, not a symptom of its own. Myth two is a sign that you think your pet is human. Most people who talk to their pets know exactly how much their pet does not understand. Their behavior isn't about confusion, it's about connection. Myth three, it's only something that crazy cat people do. Research on human animal bonding suggests this is widespread and developmentally normal behavior, not eccentric outlier traits. Myth four, if I talk to my pet more than I talk to people, something's wrong with me. It might simply mean your pet is currently your most accessible low pressure outlet, which is worth noticing with curiosity, not shame. So, what can we do about it? One, let yourself talk to your pet without apology. Drop, this is going to sound weird preamble. It's normal, it's research backed coping mechanism. Two, use it intentionally during stress. When you're overwhelmed, try literally narrating the situation out loud with your pet. That verbal processing benefit is real, whether or not they understand a word of what you're saying. Three, notice the topics you only bring to your pet. If there are things you only say to your pet, gently ask yourself whether there's a trusted person you could practice sharing the same things with. Four, pet pair time with human connection, not instead of. Use the calm, regulated state that your pet helps create as a launching point. Like a quick walk with your dog could be a great moment to call a friend, for example. Five, treat the relationship as a mutual care, not one directional. Remember, the bonding hormone response goes both ways, and the time you spend talking with your pet is genuinely benefiting them too, not just you. Let me share a story with you. I will call her Priya. And Priya moved to a new city for work, and she didn't really know anyone yet. And her cat became her main conversation partner. Most evenings, she would come home, she would narrate her day, she would think out loud about work decisions. She'd even rehearse things she wanted to say to some of her new coworkers. And at first, Priya felt a little embarrassed about how much she talked to her cat. But as we worked together, she started to see it differently, not as a substitute for human connection, but as a genuine tool that was helping her regulate and process during a transitional, isolating chapter of her life. She kept talking to her cat and also started intentionally using that calmer state to text a new coworker a week, maybe invite them to grab a coffee or to have lunch. But the conversations with her cat never stopped. They just became one part of a fuller support system instead of the only part. This episode is sponsored by my workbook, Your Next Chapter. If you are navigating a season where you feel more isolated than you'd like, This workbook includes exercises for building emotional wellness, strengthening your support system, and gently expanding connections in ways that feel manageable. It's designed by me as a clinician to be something you can actually use, not just read, and the link is in the description below. I invite you to leave a comment. What is the most ridiculous or heartfelt thing you have ever said out loud to your pet? If this episode resonated with you, I would love it if you could hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel, well, reach more people who need it. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing so you don't miss future episodes. And if you know someone who full on narrates their day to their dog or their cat or their hamster, go ahead and send this their way. It might make them feel a little less self-conscious about it. Talking to your pet isn't silly. It's real, research-backed way your brain processes emotion and seeks connection. Keep doing it and let it be one beautiful piece of a fuller support system, not the whole thing. If today's conversation resonated with you, I think you would really enjoy my episode on the loneliness epidemic because it builds on what we talked about today and it will help you understand the bigger picture of why connection in all its forms, pets included, matter more now than ever. And as always, stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy. See you next week. That's a wrap.
Be curious, stay kind, keep your mind nerdy.